was a great march. Thanks to everybody. Something special about Debbie Layton. Way to go, Debbie! I'm Rosalie Paul. I live in Georgetown. It's great to see so many new people here today. Thank you for coming.
Mother's Day Proclamation, written in 1870 by Julia Ward Howe. Arise then, women of this day. Arise, all women who have hearts. Whether your baptism be of water or of tears, say firmly, we will not have questions answered by irrelevant agencies. Our husbands will not come to us reeking with carnage for caresses and applause. Our sons shall not be taken from us to unlearn all that we have been able to teach them of charity, mercy, patience. We, the women of one country, will be too tender of those of another country to allow our sons to be trained or injure theirs. From the voice of a devastated earth, a voice goes up with its own. It says, disarm, disarm. The sword of murder is not the balance of justice. Blood does not wipe our dishonor, nor violence indicate possession. As men have often forsaken the plow and the anvil of the summons of war, let women now leave all that may be left of home for a great and earnest day of council. Let them meet first as women to bewail and commemorate the dead. Let them solemnly take counsel with each other as to the means whereby the great human family can live in peace. Each bearing out in his own time the sacred impress not of Caesar, but of God. In the name of womanhood and humanity, I earnestly ask that a great Congress of women without limit of nationality be appointed and held at some place deemed most convenient and the earliest period consistent with its objects to promote the alliance of the different nationalities, the amicable settlement of international questions, the great and general interests of peace.
You know, I was thinking about Mother's Day, and since becoming a mother, I found places in my heart that just didn't exist before. And the most painful things I've had to deal with have had to do with my being a mom. And I'm thinking of Julia Ward Howe's piece. And when I was dealing with something particularly hard several years ago, a good friend of mine said, well, that connects you to all women, because all women have that level of pain. And where does that bring us? It brings us to writing these wonderful Mother's Day proclamations, brings us to organizing, marching, to trying somehow to create beauty and a better world out of that compost pile we often find ourselves in. So I'm really grateful to Gretchen and Rosalie for doing this every year. Women gathered round the world, call for peace and justice. Women gathered round the world, demand an end to violence. No longer will you rape our daughters, nor kill our sons in war. Your poisoning of the earth for profit must cease and be no more. Women rise up, it's mountain moving day. Women rise up, it's mountain moving day. We are much bigger than hatred, more powerful than greed. With all of nature standing with us, what more do we need? Don't believe the lies that keep us separate, keep us from the truth. With pain, outrage, love, and passion, together create a new. Women rise up, it's mountain moving day. Women rise up, it's mountain moving day. Mothers from around the world, we must come together. Mothers from around the world, we must heed the call. Those who came before have left the future in our hands. The children of the world look to us. It's time to make a stand. Women rise up, it's mountain moving day. 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 Even with a cold.
Hello, my name is Rita Clement. When I heard a friend describe herself as the granddaughter of a veteran, the daughter of a veteran, the wife of a veteran, and the mother of a veteran, I realized that she was describing me and countless other women all over this world along with her. This is not a legacy that I embrace, and I will do anything I can to prevent its continuation for my family and the families all around me. My oldest child, Brian, who will be 25 this summer, enlisted in the military in 2000 through the delayed entry program. He spent 4 years in the Army from 2001 to 2005. From March 2004 to March 2005, he was in Iraq, at Camp Taji, just outside of Baghdad. Brian returned from his one-year deployment with several medical issues, but with no physical injuries connected to the war zone. Psychologically, he appears to be doing as well as to be expected. At this time, he's just finished his 3rd semester at the University of Orono, where he's studying history and education. Last December, though, Brian received orders to report back in January of this year to be redeployed. This callback is happening to honorably discharged military personnel all over the country as part of their IRR status, which follows active duty time. Brian applied to exemption due to unexplained medical problems, but after an initial delay, his request was denied. He's now expected to report for duty the first weekend in June. That's 3 weeks from now. Having appealed this decision, we're all waiting to hear what will happen next. Our lives are on hold, hoping for the best and fearing the worst. I can't change what lies in the past, but I can learn from it, and thus influencing how I will live in the future. As I look back to the time when I first held my precious baby boy, I remember clearly how I vowed to protect, to keep him safe. In the beginning, this was not difficult to do, keeping him close, fulfilling his needs, just loving him. Keeping him safe took on new forms as he grew older and began to move away from me. Instead of being a physical part in his safekeeping, we taught him the skills he needed as we stayed in the background, offering guidance and support. And then came the time when all possibility to protect in any way was taken away from us. Brian joined the military in order to pay for college and to buy himself some time to figure out what he wanted to be when he grows up. After leaving home 4 days after high school graduation, he now belonged to the military. And during his time in the military, it became clear over and over again that he was just a troop to them, who could be used and replaced as needed. Although I believe we raised Brian to live peacefully and respect and accept others' viewpoints, I realized that no one lives in a vacuum. Brian was strongly influenced by the culture of war surrounding our family. Knowing this makes me more determined to work for change wherever I can, to provide our children with the tools needed to build and live in a community that respects everyone's needs to belong and to be an equal contributing member. As an educator of young children, I create a safe classroom together with my students, where everyone feels valued and can contribute and take what is needed from our shared pool of resources. I use music, stories, role play, the world around us, and everyday situations to help my students develop social awareness. I visit other classrooms and share ideas that will help to create change towards creating a peaceful community. And I take advantage of every situation to help children learn the skills of nonviolent problem solving. I've spoken